Alright Vikings, welcome back to the channel. We both know that you click this video because you love to fucking grind! And you are in the correct place. Today we are rolling out all the skills for the queen of grinding, the bread and butter for free-to-play players, the archer. So be a chat, like the video, it really helps me. Join the Discord if you want a good guild, and without further ado, let's begin. Additionally, I also changed the format so you guys can see the animations clearer, and also at the top left you can actually read the description now. Of course, I kept my face down at the bottom. I don't know if that bothers you, but I don't give a fuck, okay? So let's kick things off with Fortified Sword. The first skill you will unlock does a good proportion of damage, nothing fancy about that. Has also a second animation that you will unlock at level 37, it's quite late. But it doesn't matter as your damage will increase, and not only that, but also the skill its AoE. Worth to mention here is that both skills have a range up to 10 meters, while the Assassin Initiation skill has a range up to 13 meters. Have that in mind as well. Evasion Focus, a personal buff, similar to Assassin, increases the dodge. The only difference here is that instead of providing extra attack, 15% if you remember, now you get 10% attack speed. Maybe for range unit attack speed it's more crucial. I like that. Push Off, the same skill as the Assassin, does a good proportion of damage and knocking the opponent back. Let's move on to the juicy stuff, baby. Green ones. Strike the enemy with a poison arrow with 100% chance of poisoning the target. 250% attack and poison with 3% of attack damage over time, every 1 second for 4 seconds. Also decreases the movement speed of the opponent. And guess what? This skill has 3 fucking links! 3! Second link, strike the enemy with a rapid succession of 3 arrows. 14 seconds cooldown, 300% of attack, right? In glass cannon, damn glass cannons. Third link, strike the enemy with a rapid succession of 5 more arrows, restoring your HP for part of the dealt damage. 12 seconds cooldown. Range up to 10 meters as well, 450% of attack. And recover HP equal to 8% of your damage. Not of your total HP, of your damage. Damn, fuck. Okay, guys. Binding Shot. Strike the enemy with a binding arrow with 100% chance of binding the target. If you remember, in Assassin you have the knives, but it's 50% chance to actually bind the target. With Archer it's guaranteed 100% chance to bind the target. Already feels like it's an insane DPS class. 200% of attack and the bind it's for 3 seconds instead of 2. Alright. Also, this skill has a second animation that sets a traps at the field, explodes after a delay with 100% chance to stunning the affected targets. At least it has almost 24 to be precise. Summon duration is 3 seconds, so the trap will remain on the field for 3 seconds. It doesn't have an insane amount of range, but still 5 meters feels rewarding enough. Can be applied to 3 targets, and the stun lasts for 3 seconds. Moving on to more blues. Backflip. Backflip, okay. Shoot an arrow at the enemy while doing a backflip, briefly increasing your dodge chance and being ready for a perfect dodge. What does it mean to being ready for a perfect dodge? So, plus 10 dodge for 3 seconds, it's way better from your evasion focus, and perfect dodge plus 1 within 3 seconds. I'm guessing the perfect dodge cannot be countered from accuracy, so it's gonna be a guaranteed dodge to the next skill or attack from your opponent, right? Let's go to purples, like we didn't have enough already, right? Moving on to dodge attack. Upon dodging an enemy's attack, strike the enemy with a swift arrow with a chance of stunning the target. This is also a conditional skill, thank god, right? 10 seconds cooldown, okay? And for this skill to be able to be used, you have to technically dodge an attack. 220% of attack, and the stun is for 2 seconds with a 30% chance. So okay. At least they didn't add so many success in a range unit. Arrow sour, and indeed it's a sour. Shoot arrows up into the sky, striking multiple enemies as they rain down with 100% of slowing them. Alright, 450% of attack, Guys, worth to mention as well is that Archer has relatively higher percentage damage so far in comparison with Assassin, right? Targeted shot. Alright, I love the animation of that. Shoot an arrow at your target and deal a critical strike with 100% of blinding them. Alright. 300% of attack and the blind lasts for 4 seconds. Pretty rewarding as well. It has a high cooldown though. Let's move to gold ones. Phantom Shot. Attack the enemy with your phantoms and briefly become invisible. Invisible. What? 550% of attack and you become immune to all damage for 3 seconds. Alright, at least almost 1 minute cooldown. And final, Mark of Confusion. Alright, jump up and hit your enemies with scanning arrows, putting a mark of confusion on each of them. The mark detects stealth enemies and allows your allies to detect them too. Damaging an enemy with the mark stuns that enemy up to 1 time and deals additional damage. Increases the movement speed of allies with range, including yourself. Alright, okay. It has also 15 meters of skill range and can be applied up to 3 targets. 150% of attack. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Grants 10% movement speed and marks the place for 10 seconds. Marks the place for 10 seconds. So if there are enemy assassins invisible in the location and pass from the marked area, they will be revealed, right? And on top of that, they will get damaged by 280% and also be stunned for 2 seconds. Oh god, I don't know what to play. Let's move on to the passives. 2 dodge, critical strike 2%, ranked, probably it's range damage, right? Increase your range damage, not ranked damage. Increases all of your damage against slowed and stunned enemies by 5%. It's pretty much the same so far as the Assassin. Alright, this one do not have a name, with 5% chance to slow by 40% every time you use a skill. My guess here is that every time you use a skill, you have a 5% chance to slow your enemy, okay? Not bad. More accuracy, +5, critical strike damage, +15, pretty much the same as Assassin so far. The simple passives, basic damage 10%, alright. Something with an HP icon that grants you 15 of something. I don't understand what that might be. And lastly, the gold passive, critical strike, have a chance of stunning the target. For 1 second. Trigger requirement 8% chance. Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. Alright, and with that said, another overview of a class came to its end. Stay tuned for the next class. Write me down in the comments which class you want me to cover next. I'm waiting on Discord to exchange greetings. Subscribe if you feel like to. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see ya!